Rashard Mendenhall, specifically with a fire lit under his butt with Redmond and Dwyer nipping at his heels, came out, and with all the talk about him dancing and everything, it was like the Steelers of old, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, Mendenhall ran definitely with a sort of a ghost of Wally Pipp running behind him. You know, the guy who replaced, that Lou Gehrig replaced the Yankees before he went on his streak. I think he definitely sensed that the younger up-and-comer guys for the Steelers in their backfield were starting to nip at his heels a little bit. And you could see it during the Tennessee game in Week 5. Mendenhall kind of had a look on his face. It wasn't that he wasn't happy for the other guys for producing, but his thought was, those are my yards, this is my job, I want it back. And he came out and he was questionable up until close to game time, and he looked just fine to me. I mean, he looked very, he ran real strong, he ran with authority, and I think more than anything else, he had a lot of running room. That was true in the first half, and I think a big part of the second half, what happened was the season's starting right guard, Doug Legursky, who got moved over to left guard in one of the 900 different permutations that they have for their offensive line now, he was playing very, very well. He had really been kind of the catalyst of the revamped running game the Steelers have had. He went down with a toe injury in the first half, didn't play in the second half, and I think you saw the lack of running game as a big part of the reason why Legursky has been as important as he has been, and I'm sure Mendenhall feels the same way. You're
sort of painting a picture, and I think you went this route last time, that they're very fragile, that they don't have the depth on the offensive line, that one injury can really be devastating to them, no?
Well, see, I think that's what's interesting about the team last year and this year is they've dealt with so many injuries. It's almost as if it's given them a reason to try guys out at different spots, whereas other teams, might keep the status quo just because they're going to keep the status quo. The Steelers have been forced to rotate guys around. You've had, at this point, I kind of lost track, but you've had 3 different starting tackle combinations, 3 different starting guard combinations, and to use Legursky as an example again, in my opinion, he looks a lot better as a left guard than he did a right guard. He got beat up pretty bad in Week 1 in particular against Haloti Ngata. Not that Haloti Ngata isn't going to whip most guys that play him, but Legursky in particular got destroyed at that position. He's quicker, he's more athletic, which is better suited for the left guard position in that offense. And he did really well in the last 6 quarters when the Steelers have been able to run. He was a big part of that. So I think it gave them reason to think like, you know what, maybe we were wrong, and that's okay. Maybe he's a better left guard. Maybe that's what we need to do here. Getting Max Starks back at left tackle moved Jonathan Scott over to right tackle for a bit in Marcus Gilbert's absence. And Jonathan Scott's played a lot better on the right side than he did on the left. So I think it's given them a chance to try different things out, and I think they've got a bit better future right now than they did after Week 5.